your coffee, and we'll send you a great. Have you ever heard of the brand Detroit versus Everybody? Maybe.
Okay.
Working for you. Fox 2 News at 6 starts now.
This is the response that law enforcement needs to do. So we quickly responded. It's a hard video to watch. The reason why we put this out is so we could all begin to heal.
So police in Grand Blanc Township released new video and an updated timeline from last Sunday's deadly mass shooting at the. We are learning more today about that chain of events which unfolded during the church shooting and that fire in Grand Blanc Township.
Law enforcement releasing body cam video today showing the police officers confronting the gunman while responding to the mass shooting.
Shoot him! Get back! Get back! Drop the gun now!
It's a pretty intense video there. During today's news conference, Grand Blanc Township Police Chief William Rennie says that officers responded within 3 minutes and 43 seconds after getting reports of the shooting.
As we said, the chief says that he was motivated to release the video so everyone can start to heal. As we know, the gunman was shot and killed by police after refusing commands to put the weapon down. Now, this has become a sad fact these days. There are a growing number of houses of worship that have become targets for violence.
And knowing how to recognize and react to a threat can save lives. Today, the Genesee County Sheriff's Office and Michigan Attorney General working to help people of all faiths. And Fox News' Camille Amiri was there, and she's here now to explain what they really were trying to get across to people today. Camille?
Yeah, Taryn and Brandon, there was a huge turnout here at the Genesee Health System. We pulled up and there was a long line of people outside waiting to get in, obviously so interested in what law enforcement has to say. Take a look at some video. Police advising church leaders right now to make a plan. Make sure you know where the exits are. Is your building secure and safe? Where are you going to shelter in place? They even said do mock scenarios, actual role playing where someone is pretending to be the bad guy who's armed. Always be aware of your surroundings and other people's behavior.
When there is something that even hints of a premeditated red flag, you may not see the value. In fact, many times in the faith-based committee, we want to err on the side of it was just a moment, or that's how they are, or it must not have been that. We live at a time now where all those little pieces together could add up to something.
If you take anything out of this training today, this is what I want you to be prepared for. There are bad people that want to do bad things. Whether it's a school, whether it's a place of worship, whether it's a business, they want to do bad things.
It's a sad state of affairs that this is where we're at right now, but what they learned today is what school kids across the country learn from a very young age, what to do if an active shooter comes into their school, their building, their home of worship. School kids learning to run, hide, fight. It is second nature to them. They've been learning this since they were in kindergarten. Sadly, all these church leaders now having to arm themselves with this information in the event that something like what happened on Sunday at the Church of Latter-day Saints happens to their place of worship. Live in Flint, Camille Amiri, Fox 2 News.
Yeah, there's so much to this, Camille, and we're going to explore this on the Pulse tonight, but we've seen a spike in all of this violence against these places of worship really since 2021. What is behind it? I mean, that seems to be an issue as well, and certainly can't be solved during this story, but you have to be as prepared as possible, and then you're looking at now all these churches being able to afford security.
Yeah, and making sure that their buildings are secure, that they're locked, that they will not. They even said make sure that the trees aren't overgrown, so there isn't any place for a shooter to hide outside your building. I mean, at this point in time, you can never be too safe. I know that we're living in a paranoid world, but really, I mean, if it's a matter of, they said, being able to go home to your family, that's what we want to be able to do every single night, every single day. So it's a lot to take in, but sadly, everyone has to be prepared. Well, the time.
And it sounds like they're really trying to get ahead of anything else possibly ever happening, so that's good. Thanks, Camille.
The other big story we're following, lawmakers in Lansing have passed a budget for the new fiscal year. The bill totals more than $80 billion, including an additional $1 billion in spending to fix the Michigan roads. The new budget also includes more than $10,000 in per pupil funding and a continuation of the student free lunch program. There were also billions in spending cuts, including for the Health and Human Services Department. The Senate also voted to impose a 24% wholesale tax on marijuana sales. The measure has now been sent to the governor.
We have a duty to deliver for the people. That's what public service is all about. And no, we're not going to agree on everything. I don't agree on everything with my fellow Democrats, and I certainly don't agree with Republicans on everything. But the fundamentals are true for all of us, and I think we were able to show that, and I'm glad for the leadership of Senator Brinks and Speaker Hall.
Final budget includes $26 million to support a new fighter mission. It's at Selfridge Air National Guard Base, along with $14 million for ice storm recovery money for northern Michigan. The governor is expected to sign the bill sometime this weekend.
Fast sets the 1-2, ground ball to first base. This will do it. Torkelson waves him off, makes the play. Tigers win the wild card. It's on to the division series in Seattle.
Well, the Tigers, you see them jumping for joy after beating the Guardians to advance in the playoffs. Detroit now setting their sights on Seattle. Major League Baseball just announcing the start times for Game 3 and 4 in Detroit. Tuesday at 4:08, Game 4, if necessary, on Wednesday at 3:08.
Hopefully the Tigers will close it out on Tuesday. Meanwhile, as players soak in the champagne from the defeat of the Guardians, fans are soaking in the joy of the moment as the Tigers move on and take on the Mariners in the divisional round. Fox News' Hillary Golston joins us at Mr. Joe's Sports Bar and Grill in Southfield. How's the feeling over there, Hillary?
Yeah, I mean, I think the mood is really ecstatic. I mean, you have to think about what we're talking about here. It wasn't looking great for our Tigers after they squandered that 15.5 game lead that they had over the Guardians and then dropped the last 13 of 16 to end the regular season, but then the wild card. And we were on top again. I got John here, who's a long time, really all your life, Tigers fan. Is that right?
All my life, yeah, I love them.
Yeah, so what do you think? What's going to be the outcome in this first game? How do we pull this off?
Tigers are going to win. I mean, they're on a roll right now. I think they got their mojo back. I think, you know, their pitching when they came out, all three pitchers played well. I think maybe these bats, if we get these bats swinging a little more, I think we're going to do good.
I wanted to talk very specifically about the details here. Skubal pitched on short rest. He's going to have to in the Seattle rotation. How is he going to deal with that?
I think he's going to do well. I mean, I don't know if he should start like in the beginning or like save him for the middle or the end. You know, I really don't know how they're going to work that out, but I think he's going to pull it off. I think all the pitchers are starting to really pull their own weight and look good.
How does he deal with strong arms like Gilbert and Kirby? What do you think there? Dealing with strong arms like Gilbert and Kirby, what do you think?
I think everything's going to be fine. Yeah, everything's going to be good. So and the bats are going to start swinging. Baez is starting to swing a little bit. You know, they're playing well. I mean, get them bats swinging. I think we're going to be good.
Kyle Raleigh, he's pretty incredible when it comes to the offense.
Yeah.
Do you expect him to be a problem?
Could be. Yeah, maybe a little bit. I think we can handle it though. So.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
That's the word out here. I mean, the hope is that the Tigers are able to handle Seattle. I mean, of course, you have to understand here that the hopes of Detroit are resting on this team and certainly on their bats. We're live in Southfield. I'm Hillary Golston, Fox News.
Go Tigers.
Go Tigers, exactly.
Thanks. All set. All right. Thanks.
Well, after that big win in Cleveland, one of the Tigers outside Comerica Park is now sporting a big jersey. Fox 2 cameras were rolling as the big cat was fitted with home jerseys and the team's traditional Old English D. We caught up with one of the workers from the sign company who was there to make it all happen.
It's really cool because on paper, you know, I work for a sign company, so people will be like, what do you do? I'm like, well, we don't just make signs. So then when something like this happens, I'm like, hey, you know, the Tiger, we put the jersey on the Tiger. So, and then they're like, oh, wow, that's great. You know, so it's really cool.
I wanted to get in and get a seat somewhere in the stadium and make sure that I get to see them play because I think they're going to sweep them.
Well, that Tigers fan you just heard from drove up from Taylor to buy tickets for Game 3 of the series. Comerica Park will host the ALDS games 3 and 4 on Tuesday and Wednesday, as we said, and then we'll have more on tomorrow's big game in Seattle. That's coming up in sports.
Well, heading into the weekend, we got warmer temperatures today.
It's really unbelievable.
It is.
I mean,
it feels like July.
Yeah, are we setting any records, Stephanie? Because it sure feels like it.
Oh, we could come close for some locations, but I do think this is going to be a popular spot probably for one more weekend. If you have your boat out, want to enjoy it, Detroit River is probably the place you're going to want to be. We'll see a lot of sunshine. Temps return to the 80s. We have a few folks out there enjoying it right now, and this map is very reminiscent, more so of July than it is actually October, but it is October. Temps should be in the 60s. We are well above that right now. We have a few 90s out in the Plain States, upper 80s from Minneapolis into Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Now, we will get some of that warmth, I think, starting tomorrow. We're currently sitting in the upper 70s. Humidity level is low, and you notice even where we do see the 80s and 90s, it's not sky-high humidity, so we're not going to be oppressively humid by any means. So we're not looking at any feel-like difference at this point, but it is going to be hot. It is going to be dry, and we should see some sunshine. We're not necessarily tracking any shower chances right now, but that will increase as we head through next week, and that comes with a pattern change too, so we'll have timing on that in the forecast coming up in just a few minutes. Taryn, over to you.
Thanks, Jeff. Well, we're seeing a roller coaster of temperatures as the change of season kicks in. If you're having an allergy symptom or symptoms right now, you are not alone. Want some advice from the experts? That's coming up in HealthWorks.
But first, 2 men are on trial after investigators say they posed as utility workers during a robbery scheme that ended in murder. We're going to have the latest from this day in court next.